Welcome to Today of All Days, episode 150.
This is our cheesiest episode yet! Today is Tuesday, the 2nd of January, 2018. And today's...
Swiss Cheese Day! Swiss cheese originates from Switzerland, but the name Swiss cheese isn't the actual name. It's more of a marketing name.
Of course it is. The real cheese is called Emmental cheese and dates back to ancient times. Although Emmental cheese is known for its iconic holes, cheesemakers actually strive to prevent the holes from forming.
So they're selling us a mistake.
Stupid Americans, they'll go for it.
And we do. Emmental cheese is made with raw milk and a variety of natural ingredients to bring out its signature mild flavor. Raw milk is unpasteurized milk. For those who don't know, most milk in stores is pasteurized for safety. However, there are many advocates for raw milk out there who claim that it is more beneficial to consumers than pasteurized milk. I would imagine just because, when I was young, we would eat handfuls of dirt, put pennies in our mouths, and all kinds of nasty stuff. But now everything has so many little, safety features that you don't really ever gain any germs or anything like that. So I would imagine some raw milk might actually have some bacteria in it that would make it to where later on in life you're immune to a lot of things that most people wouldn't be.
Side note, many farmers do sell their raw milk. But, because it is illegal in many areas of the US, they have to market it as not for human consumption, even though people who buy the raw milk do so for its many benefits. And the farmers can get in a lot of legal trouble for knowingly selling it for consumption. That's the state of the world we live in.
A man should be able to drink his milk, or chew his milk, or consume his milk any way he wants to. There are 3 types of bacteria used in creating the cheese, and it is the byproduct of the bacteria, CO2, which bubbles up inside of the cheese and eventually causes the holes, or eyes, to form.
I knew it! I knew the Swiss is always looking at me! I'm cutting it into cubes, and it's got tears coming out of it. I'm not crazy! But, as stated earlier, traditional Emmental cheese does not contain eyes. Do you know what an eyeless Emmental is called?
Cheese.
What kind of cheese?
Emmental cheese.
No.
Proper Emmental cheese.
No.
Swiss cheese.
No.
Oh man, that would be Woo, what a ringer.
It's called blind cheese.
Really?
And, to commemorate the day, you, my friend, are going to do a blind taste test. Okay. Between count 'em, 2 types of cheeses.
I just have to ask, is that a cheesecloth?
Yes, it is! What would be more appropriate than a cheesecloth? For those who don't know, Micah has been called the Palate Master.
Palate Master 3000, some have known me as.
So, we're going to test the Palate Master and see if he can determine which of these is the Swiss cheese. I guess I'll just touch all of them first. Okay?
Alright.
If you are ready.
I'm ready.
Come on. There you go. Explain to us the flavor medley you are experiencing.
This has a very, very strong tartness to it, or like a tang. Some might call it sharp.
So what type of cheese would you say it is?
I would say that is a sharp cheddar cheese.
Okay, now for number 2. Would you like to rinse your palate?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
This palate needs no cleansing. The texture of this cheese is much different. It's more bouncy. You can taste the smooth cream of it, with a subtle bitter that gets you in the back of the throat, and a baby amount of like smokiness to it. Almost like a caramely tone.
And which cheese would you say this one is?
Well, since it does have a baby amount of smoke flavor in there, I'll say it's a baby Swiss.
You are correct! The first one was an extra sharp cheddar,
Oh,
I believe.
that extra got me.
Yeah. But the second one was a Swiss. I wish I could tell you the age of it, but it's regular store-bought Swiss, and not some fancy Emmental.
So, really, if you're wanting to go get Swiss cheese, if you get the cheapest, crappiest version of Swiss cheese, you're actually getting more true Swiss cheese than if you were to buy a fancy Swiss cheese.
Why do you say that?
Because it's a mistake. So you might as well get the biggest mistake.
I tried to trick him by choosing a blind cube, even though it's not a blind Swiss. It was only in the 1800s that Emmental cheese started being marketed outside of Switzerland. Remember, it dates back to ancient times. They were keeping it to themselves for that long. And once it was sold outside of Switzerland, that's when it became known as Swiss cheese. In fact, in many countries in Europe, it is still called Emmental.
Do you know what Emmental translates into?
Emmental is the city and or region in which it was birthed. I don't know. It sounds like that story's full of holes.
Just remember, we got eyes everywhere.
Whether it's got eyes, or if it's completely legally blind, if it's an American, a Swiss, an Emmental, or maybe a nice Gouda, a cheese is a cheese.
No matter how small.
On this day.
Today of all days.
Today of all days.
And we will see y'all tomorrow. Bye.